Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network, in conjunction with 5 City TV and the Great Plains Athletic Conference, present Prairie Wolves football. Today is a Great Plains Athletic Conference matchup featuring the Chargers of Briar University and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves. This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University. Now let's take you out to Able Stadium.
Couldn't have asked for a better day for GPAC football in Lincoln, Nebraska. A gorgeous Saturday as Nebraska Wesleyan, home opener of the season on Homecoming and Athletic Hall of Fame Day, as they take on the Briar Chargers all the way from Sioux City, Iowa. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Moats along with John Harris here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. Nebraska Wesleyan coming into this game off a loss last week to Morningside, which we'll touch on in just a moment, John. But first thing is first, Nebraska Wesleyan has been very successful against unranked teams here at home. They haven't lost to an unranked opponent since 2011.
Well, Coach Keller, Brian Keller, is 57-40 here at home. Wesleyan prides themselves in holding home court here, and I'm looking for an outstanding effort from them on this homecoming.
And the one thing to keep in mind, too, for Nebraska Wesleyan is you got to convert on third down as much as possible. Last week, they were 0 of 17 against Morningside. The week before against Friends University, they were 7 of 15 in that win and that upset over Friends.
Well, most coaches will tell you, listen, we need to get off the field on third down. Well, Coach Keller is saying we need to stay on the field on third down, sustain some drives, keep the Chargers defense on the field, and get in the end zone.
And the other thing, too, is you got to bounce back from that loss. That 86-10 loss to Morningside, I know it's tough, but you got to bounce back.
Well, you got to have a short memory, Jeff. Listen, Morningside's done. The Chargers are here from Briar. This is a team that's right in front of us. This is the team we have to play, and this is the team we got to beat.
And the other thing, too, about Briar, let's talk about them a little bit. Second in sacks. They're toward the bottom end when it comes to pass defense. And the other thing they're going to do on offense, they're going to go to the air quite a bit.
Well, the key for Wesleyan is the pass block. You got to pass block, hold that rush off, and then if receivers can get open, Larson, Weedle, and Corey Jones, find some opportunities to advance the ball in the passing game.
Now, when you look at the key players to this game, we talk about Ben Green. He's the new starting quarterback taking over after a backup role to Tyler Francis last year. Joel Weedle is a dual threat as a wide receiver and a running back.
Well, there's no doubt about it. These guys put the ball in the hands of your playmakers and let them make plays. But again, you got to stay on the field, sustain those drives, and score some points.
And the other thing, too, for Briar, one of the guys you got to stop on that offense is Mitch Hikus, the running back.
Well, he's going to get the ball. He's going to pound it right up the middle. He's going to get outside. A talented performer, and we expect to see a lot out of him today.
Should be an interesting game here on Homecoming and Athletic Hall of Fame weekend here at Nebraska Wesleyan. The Prairie Wolves and the Briar Chargers. The kickoff is coming up next on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, that's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Able Stadium along with John Harris. I'm Jeff Moats here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network, getting ready to kick off here. Nebraska Wesleyan will receive to begin this ball game, and Briar will kick away as Angel Landeros will do the honors here for Briarcliff, there you see the current conditions here at kickoff. 65 and sunny with a light northwest breeze. Very fall-like, a very nice day for football here in Lincoln, and a great start to the home campaign.
Well, Jeff, it's been very hot in Lincoln of late. The weather's beginning to cool. Hopefully we don't see as many cramps at this point in time in the season. Guys are hydrated and stay in the game.
Arlie Myers is back deep at the 10 for Nebraska Wesleyan, awaiting the kick. Here it is, the opening kick, end over end. Myers is going to watch it go into the end zone for the touchback, and that's how things get going here at Able Stadium. And Nebraska Wesleyan will start from their own 20-yard line.
Nice driving kick. Sorry about that, Jeff. And the flag is pretty limp, so it wasn't a whole lot of wind, but the ball hit the ground and bounded in and out of the end zone. So Wesleyan first possession.
Stand corrected, 25. I want to mention 25. You and I are kind of used to the high school stuff where it's 20, but you always got to remember every year that college they begin at the 25, at least for these men here on the field. And there you see Ben Green, the starting quarterback for Nebraska Wesleyan. He'll work out of that pistol formation as he sends a man in motion. That's Theus, and now Ryan Larson, the intended target, makes a diving grab just short of the 30-yard line and gets a pickup of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6 here for Wesleyan. There you see the starters for the Prairie Wolves. McAravey along with a few others there on that line. There you see Larson, the split end. McEwen over there too. There's Green, the quarterback. Weedle, the tailback. Theus is the fullback for Wesleyan as the Prairie Wolves line up in the I formation. Little play action rollout. Toss is going to be complete, and the catch made by Theus, and enough for what looks like maybe a first down or close to it, just short at the 34.
Wesleyan's made a decision here early on to hit those quick hitters. We talked in the open about the defense of Briarcliff, not very stout. That offensive line is. So let's get some quick hitters, one out in the flat to Larson, and then Theus out in the flat as well.
There you see the defensive starters. Roberts, and then you got Reyes, White, Fisher, Thompson, in that linebacking core. Erickson and Coleman among the secondary for Briarcliff. Here is a pitch to Weedle, and Weedle's going to be tripped up short of the first down. A big stop there that time by the Briarcliff defense. And there you see Wesleyan going to go for the punting unit, bring out the punting unit here on 4th down, and that was Reyes who made the stop last time. And so a 3-and-out here for the Prairie Wolves on their opening drive.
Yeah, not what they wanted, Jeff. 0-17 last week, and now 0-18 that first drive of this game.
Punt formation here as Gelb will punt away. And Levon White awaits the punt. And he'll pick it up at the 31-yard line. And that's where Briarcliff will start their first drive of the game. And this is where we get a chance to see Dylan Desmarais, who will come in and be the quarterback. There you see the starters on offense. There's Ewing. We talked to Ewing that prior to kickoff. Desmarais there, the quarterback. Hikus, the tailback. Wright, Fields, and Drisdom are the wideouts.
Yeah, Levon Wright, you want to keep an eye on him. But, of course, Hikus, let's see if Briarcliff wants to get that ground attack started. Hikus can get it done.
Well, Desmarais will work out of that pistol setup. And they're going to give it up instead to Hikus, the ball carrier. Takes it across from the 31 to the 36. Gets a pickup of 5 on the play. And we mentioned during pregame, John, as we look at the defensive line, Lawrence, Shook, and Holland for Nebraska Wesleyan. They make up that line. McGill from Waverly, Sorensen from Northeast, Hunter Hand among the linebackers, along with Beard. There you see Kebelrod and then Betcher and Buss among those in that secondary. 2nd and 5. Handoff, it goes to Hikus again. Hikus takes it to the 39, gets a 3-yard gain on the play as the Prairie Wolf defense collapses in and makes the stop that time on Hikus, the ball carrier.
Now, Hikus is almost 5 yards a carry, 4.7. So you can't go wrong turning and giving the ball to that young man. 2,000-yard career rusher for Briarcliff. So he's been toting the mail for quite some time. And so you can look for a heavy dose of Hikus, Mitch Hikus here today.
3rd and about 2. Let's see what Wesleyan can do on defense, looking to blitz. Hikus gets a carry around left tackle, gets the first down. Wes Betcher is over there to meet up with him. It looks like he got the first down at the 41. It'll be close.
Let's see with the spot here. Right foot, left foot.
Looks like he got enough. And they'll move the yard markers. No need to bring out the chains. It looks pretty evident from where we're at, and that's what the officials are thinking too.
When you have a veteran back, it looked like Wesleyan shot the A-gap. They had an opportunity there, but Hikus, the veteran that he is, turned his shoulders, got himself square, and used his power, the drive in his legs, to get that first down. Didn't necessarily have it at first, but turned his body, got the first down, sustained the drive for Briarcliff.
Now DeMarais will work out of the shotgun again here on 1st and 10 from the 41. A swing pass here in the flat near side, and a big carry up to about the 50-yard line. Good catch made that time by Fred Fields. Stopped short of the 50 at the 49. Gets 8 yards out of it. That's a good pickup.
Well, again, take what you can get. They see that the Wesleyan defender is off about 10 yards. Have your receiver step up, step back, give it to him, and let him break a tackle and get downfield.
Well, we saw in that first series of downs a little bit of a running play and a couple of passes. Now here's a handoff to Hikus again as he works around the right side and takes it down to the Nebraska Wesleyan 45-yard line. Gets about, well, he does get enough for a first down, so they'll move the yard markers and they'll reset.
Well, Hikus is what defensive coordinators and defensive players call a bad medicine, because you're going to get one dose after another of this guy.
Here's Hikus again around left side, finds a little bit of an opening, and he is finally tackled inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. Nebraska Wesleyan had Dakota Buss come in to finally make the tackle on Mitch Hikus.
Now this doesn't bode well for that Nebraska defense, Nebraska Wesleyan defense. Hikus is having his way here, and somebody's going to have to step up and make a play. And it all starts on the offensive and, of course, the defensive line. Somebody on the defensive line here for Wesleyan. You have to hold it, give those linebackers a chance to roam free.
So
make some tackles.
After a pickup of 6, 2nd and 4. Hikus again through the middle, and that defense collapsing in. Make a big stop that time. You had Betcher among those over there to help make the stop. Looked like Russell Beard was over there too for Wesleyan. Another guy we need to mention too is Hunter Hand. He's one of those linebackers that Wesleyan has counted on here in the last couple of years, how much of a force he can be defensively. And again, a linebacking core, the secondary, they're all being tested right now on this drive.
Yeah, nice job by Shook. Gets himself across the line of scrimmage, gets the tackle.
3rd and short. And bumping off a tackle. And nowhere to go, but down is Hunter Hand, taking down along with Betcher and Brandon McGill out of Waverly for the big stop.
Yeah, tremendous job of team tackling there, Jeff, by Nebraska Wesleyan that time. No one-on-one, everybody running to the ball. Gets a very tough runner in Hikus and gets him to the ground. Let's see what Briarcliff does here.
That was Noah Yologan, who was the actual ball carrier. He came in that play for Hikus. And now 4th down and about 2 to go. Another big test here for the Prairie Wolf defense.
You want to stay disciplined, not jump off sides, and there it is.
Jumped offside, the flags come out, bobbled snap, pass downfield, going to go incomplete, but the Prairie Wolves jumped into the neutral zone and likely going to be an offside against Nebraska Wesleyan.
Yeah, that was going to be my comment right before the quick snap, is that you got to stay disciplined, not jump offside, and give them the first down. And there it is.
Coach, defense, number 55, 5-yard help.
So it wasn't necessarily the case that Briarcliff was going to go for it. They may have, but with the staggered count, they jump off sides and gives Briarcliff a new set of downs.
Nebraska Wesleyan, again, the defense being tested here. You got 3 down linemen, 1 ready to blitz. DeMarais, short toss complete over here at the 25 and finally knocked out of bounds on that play. Good reception by Levon Wright, and it took the effort of Dakota Buss to make the stop. But a first down for Briarcliff. As you look at this on the replay, there you see that nice catch, a little short route to the outside. And a big pickup there for Levon Wright. And now we're getting inside the red zone, now at the 19 of Nebraska Wesleyan. And now the officials call a timeout. Well, we can't hear the microphone of the head official. Let's see what the issue is. Well, we heard him. We know it works.
We can hear the mic rustling.
8-2-9.
And they want 8 minutes and 29 seconds put back on the clock, so they'll reset that here.
Jeff, on that last play, nice drag route as Wright comes around right across the field underneath the coverage. DeMarais finds him, and he tries to get as much as he can north and south.
1st and 10. This is from the Prairie Wolf 18. DeMarais going to give it up that time to Yulagan, who takes the carry that time, gets a short gain, if any at all.
Yeah, Wesleyan on the blitz, up to the task on that particular play. Again, have to get a bit more stout here. Starts on the defensive line rather, but defensive coaches going to make some change up here. Attack, not just wait for them to come, and try to shake up Briarcliff, who's now headed to the end zone.
DeMarais, hand off Hikus, and it was Shook who came there initially, and then Russell Beard finished him off.
Great job by Shook once again. Penetration at the point of attack, gets inside, and again takes down a very tough runner in Hikus.
So a loss of yards. This will be behind the 20 at about the 21. As we close in on under 7.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter on Hall of Fame and Homecoming Day.
Well, Jeff, sometimes it just comes down to one man beating another, and Shook just has taken upon himself to just beat his man at the point of attack.
3rd and long. DeMarais going to run with it. He's got open space. He may be able to pick it up, and he gets sandwiched in between Brandon McGill and Shook as he takes it inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4th down, and the field goal unit is going to come out. They'll bring out Angel Landeros.
Well, DeMarais got as much as he could, but great coverage in the secondary by Nebraska Wesleyan. Doesn't give him an opportunity to throw the ball. He takes off, gets as much as he can, and now the field goal attempt for the first points of this ball game.
Landeros will attempt it. They'll mark it at about the 21. This will be a 31-yard attempt down the middle of the field. The kick is up, and it is good. So Briarcliff draws first blood on a 31-yard field goal from Landeros. 6:34 to play in this opening quarter. 3-0 start for the Chargers on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Able Stadium for Homecoming and Hall of Fame Day on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. Jeff Moats, John Harris, our entire crew with you today on a gorgeous sunny afternoon in Lincoln.
Wow, is it beautiful? Yes, indeed it is. Sun-drenched field here at Able Stadium. Fans filing in, and the ball falls off the tee.
And the ball, well, you know, the breeze is not necessarily a factor today, but nonetheless, a perfect day for football. And we'll mention coming up here later on in the broadcast, we'll show you the Hall of Fame inductees that were recognized earlier today at a special breakfast here on campus. Plus, it's homecoming weekend, lots of things happening. And we'll have an interview with Dr. Fred Oles, Nebraska Wesleyan University's president, also coming up at halftime. 3-0 start here for Briarcliff if you're just joining us. 31-yard field goal from Landeros as he boots away, and Arlie Myers picks it up at the 10. He's going to return it. And Myers tries to spin his way and finally stopped around the 25-yard line.
Nice coverage by Briarcliff. Now Wesleyan, second opportunity here to get a drive going. Again, third down has been their nemesis. and it has been once again. Now they have to get this drive sustained, try to get those short passes going again, and keep Briarcliff, their defense, on the field, keep that offense off the field that just went right down the field.
And if anything, too, try to exploit their pass defense.
So that rush has been formidable for Briarcliff. So nice quick passes, find that slot, find the man on the outside, but nobody in the backfield here.
They'll spread it out. Green on a draw play, scampers ahead, takes it past the 30, and he's going to be marked down. It won't be a fumble. He was already on the turf when the ball came loose, so he takes it from the 25 up to the 33-yard line, gets an 8-yard gain on the play. Good little draw play from Ben Green. There you see the junior out of Elkhorn.
Yeah, sometimes you can hold that pass rush that's coming quickly by draws and delays, and that time the quarterback draw nets him 8 yards.
Played his high school ball at Elkhorn South. They're pretty much a powerhouse football team this year in Class B. 2nd and 2. And it is given up that time. Theus takes the carry. He's the fullback. Looks like he got the first down to the 35.
They're actually going to mark him just a
hair
smidge short.
Whoa.
So here we go again.
That's close.
I think maybe he put his hand on the ground. I actually thought he rolled and got it. But again, the right foot spot does not give it to him.
3rd and short here for the Prairie Wolves. They work out of that eye. Schneider goes in motion. Let's see what they do. Green going to give it to Weedle. Gets the first down, still on his feet. And he tries to get out of a tackle, but not for long. He could not get out of that grasp of that defender for Briarcliff, which happens to be Gabe Navarro, the junior, 297-pound junior, working that nose tackle spot.
Yeah, Weedle thought he was off to the races, but no, Navarro just had enough of the jersey. But again, hey, listen, first down, Prairie Wolves.
So the drive sustained. They'll continue it. They'll put Weedle as lone back. Play action. And it's Shaka Taylor who dives, coming back in a little bit to make the catch.
Yeah, you want to try to, he short-armed that. That's Green. He short-armed that pass just a little bit. You want to have that receiver out in the flat with an opportunity not only to catch, but to turn it upfield. But securing the catch, first things first. He does that, and now that moves the down marker.
I want to stand a correction there. It's Caleb Conway, the tight end, freshman out of Millard West, that made the reception. McEwen lining up as the tight end on the right side. And Weedle gets the carry through the middle, past the 50, and finally tackled at the Briarcliff 44. Let's see if they put him at the 44 or 45. Either way, he was close. They're going to mark him at the 44, so a first down and a good little pickup for Joel Weedle.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, let's give the Big Ugly some credit there. The offensive line shot off the ball, gives Weedle an opportunity to get through the first level and into the second level, Jeff, and that's what you got to have. Start to get into a rhythm here and move this ball down the field, get in the end zone.
So from the 44, 1st and 10, Weedle again, and at the point of attack, Briarcliff meets up with him. They only allow a yard on the play as they dogpile on him and make the stop.
Well, you want to be careful there about not going to the well too many times. Okay, you got a nice run from Weedle that first time. Maybe do something a little different. But once again here, Wesleyan, they have to, you got to make every down count. I mean, in a tough ball game, this might be a close ball game. Got to get something on that first down, make the second down manageable.
2nd and 9. They'll put Conway over here on the left side of the line as the tight end. Play action, little roll out far side. Green's got some room. Dives ahead to try to get the first down. He may be short. They'll probably put him at the 35. He's close though, but a good effort there on that rollout to the right side from Ben Green.
Yeah, had the fullback in the flat. Couldn't get it to him because he was covered by the linebacker. It turned the fullback from a receiver into a blocker. Get upfield, and now another opportunity on 3rd down to sustain a drive.
Shaka Taylor going to come in and be the tailback as Weedle comes out.
Now let's see in terms of formation. We have a running back driven formation or a little play action, get the ball out to the flat again to sustain this drive.
Theus the fullback. that I formation. And now Taylor sent in motion out of the backfield. And we got whistles on the field.
Let's take a look at the clock.
Delay game.
Yep.
Offense, number 6.
Boy, that hurts.
5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Boy, that hurts.
You only got 25 seconds to get that play going.
And here you are with a third manageable, and now
and you hope that doesn't become a major setback here on this drive. Let's see if they can rebound here. Again, play clock down to 16. They just go to the line.
Well, once again, you have to get past that Briarcliff defensive line and into their secondary. Somebody has to get open.
Play clock at 5. Play action. The toss over here goes incomplete as
so Corey Thompson, if he's looking for the ball, Jeff, he's able to intercept that baby. That baby, he's off to the races. But he was playing the man, and Wesleyan on the screen left didn't get it. Now they're off the field, and that third down penalty, a killer.
So it'll be 4th down, and the Prairie Wolves will punt. Gelb will come in and punt. Levon Wright is back to return. With just over 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Going to try to nail them inside the 10 if at all possible. Give them a nice long field.
Low snap, Gelb gets it. Here's the punt, a spiraling boot. And it's going to be picked up by Wright at about the 13 and a short return to about the 17-yard line. And the Prairie Wolves will stop them there, and that's where Briarcliff will take over on their next drive.
Nice job on special teams by Nebraska Wesleyan. Nice pooch kick inside the 20, and nice coverage by the Wesleyan special teams. Wright is a very dangerous player at wide receiver and as a punt returner. They don't give him an opportunity to corral him inside the 20. And second drive now for Briarcliff.
So here it is, 1st and 10. And a quick carry again up to about the 22-yard line. And it's Hikas who made the carry that time.
The expectation for Hikas is that he's going to get the ball many, many times. I mean, 2,000-yard rusher, this young man is. Now he's on the offset pistol formation.
Here it is, 2nd down. And it's Hikas again that has met up with the Wesleyan defense. Brandon McGill over there among them on the stop.
Hikas with the carry again.
Trip Scott over there too.
This time he's pummeled by number 98, Trip Scott.
Does a nice job at the point of attack by Wesleyan. Now a long third down for Briarcliff. Get them off the field. Get that Wesleyan offense back on the field. Watch for right here.
So 3rd down. Desmarais, upfield pass caught. Just across the 45 at the 49-yard line. A big reception that time.
Boy, Van Elkdom went up and high and got it, Jeff.
Yes, he did.
Nice post route from his slot position. Goes up over the Wesleyan defender for a big Briarcliff Charger, 1st down.
44 seconds and counting here in this first quarter. And it's Hikas from the 50 on 1st and 10, gets about a yard to the 49 of Wesleyan, and that's it.
Great job in the interior of the Wesleyan defense. Russell Beard right there.
Ball carried by number 25, Mitch Hikas.
So they'll spot it at the 49.
40, Brandon McGill, and 44, Russell Beard.
And they're going to let the time run out here with 12 seconds and counting in the first quarter.
That marks the end of the
we'll wrap up here. And we are through 1 quarter of play. It is Briarcliff 3, Nebraska Wesleyan nothing here on Homecoming on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, It's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
Back here at Able Stadium, along with John Harris, I'm Jeff Moats here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. First quarter in the book. Second set of 15 minutes of action about to unfold here. It will be Briar Cliff with the football, 2nd and 9.
Well, the story of the first quarter, Jeff, Briar Cliff gets the ball, goes right down the field. Wesleyan does hold and give them the field goal, but the Wesleyan offense has to stay on the field. Has to stay on the field.
Desmarais over the middle, nobody around, incomplete. Felt the pressure coming in that time. Nebraska Wesleyan wasting no time trying to get in there and make the stop. It was Andrew Stolp who made the stop.
Yeah, great job by that young man, just pressuring the quarterback, Desmarais. They had the screen set up, but Wesleyan just blew it up. It did not materialize, and now another 3rd and long for Briarcliff.
Give credit to Stolpe that time. 3rd, and we'll call it 9. Desmarais facing pressure. Beard's on him, and now ball thrown. That could be intentional grounding. No flag comes out.
Well, he had Levon Wright in the vicinity, but boy, it was way short of Wright, maybe even 5 yards. But they're going to give it to him.
Well, it's 4th down.
Well, that should have been a penalty.
It looked like it was intentional grounding, but
yeah, he was in the grass going down, did whatever he could. Now, that's a smart play on his point. They're going to punt the ball, but yeah, Wright wasn't even close to the football. So Wesleyan returners looking right into the sun, Jeff.
Here's the punt. And that takes a bounce around the 21. They're going to let it roll inside the 10, and that's a pretty good punt for Briarcliff. They're going to mark it down at the Nebraska Wesleyan 7-yard line.
Yeah, Myers has to stop that ball. That ball's bounding right to him. You don't want that ball inside the 10, so he might get a little talking to when he gets to the sideline. He could have picked it up at about the 10, maybe got 2 yards, or he just got down. And yes, they're going to talk to him right now. So you just grab the ball, go down, but don't give us 90-plus yards to go.
Well, Shaka Taylor is in there at tailback. Theus is the fullback. Looks like they'll try to alternate between Taylor and Weedle at that tailback spot.
There's just maybe some fresh legs, fresh look.
And Taylor gets the carry. He spins through the middle out of 1 tackle, and he gets about 2 yards on the pickup to the 7, or to the 9 from the 7.
So you're just trying to get out of the shadow of your own end zone without too much trouble, not too much risk involved there. But nice opportunity for some play action here. Again, the wind is not a problem. Green has a strong arm, so let's see how Wesleyan wants to play it here.
You know, they'll put a wide out here near side right. That's Garner. We got the wing set up. Pass over the middle is bobbled, almost intercepted. It goes incomplete, and it was Corey Jones, the slot man out of Lincoln Northeast, the senior, who was the intended target, and almost picked that time by Briarcliff because you had Andre Reyes that was in the neighborhood too.
Boy, what an opportunity for Briarcliff. 2 of their players in the vicinity. Ball thrown behind Corey Jones. You're going to take a chance there. You have to be a little bit more fine and refined, if you will. But a nice opportunity missed or lost for the Chargers.
Big 3rd down here for Wesleyan.
Well, this is their nemesis right here. This is 3rd and long, Jeff.
They'll put Green in the shotgun. Pass over the far side. It's going to be intercepted. And it is picked off. Briarcliff with a big turnover that time. Spencer Sinclair intercepted that pass down the far side.
Yeah, playing safety back there. Mitch Pancost was the intended receiver for Wesleyan. And what a play. Nice play on the ball by Briarcliff, and they get the turnover. Don't get it the play before, but get it this time. Now, if you throw it a little bit longer, you know, it's almost a punt, a turnover on downs, but they are inside the 40-yard line of Nebraska Wesleyan.
So Dylan DeMarais back out on offense. Quick swing pass far side around the 33-yard line. And a short pickup of about 2 on the play. Nebraska Wesleyan getting the stop that time. Tyler Sorensen making the stop.
Boy, he made it all right. He left a message.
Fred Fields was the receiver that time. Boy, he took a shellacking that time from Tyler Sorensen.
Yeah, we've seen some big hits here already in this game. Dakota Bus, you know, he hit right like a bus earlier in that first quarter. Sorensen lays a lick.
Second down here, quick toss around the left side. Good pickup on the play that time for for Briarcliff. It was Williams that made the reception that time, so first down here for Briarcliff.
They're finding some nice spots inside the Wesleyan defense.
A work from the 18 of Wesleyan. DeMarais in the pocket. Down inside toward the end zone, overthrows it incomplete. Deep coverage that time.
Yeah, nice play over the top there. You got to be careful if you're the safety there. Not pushing the receiver. The receiver there looking at the official for some help. There is none to come. Good coverage by Nebraska Wesleyan there.
Looks like Miles Jones was the intended target for Briarcliff on that pass play.
And Riley Shoemaker for the Prairie Wolves on defense did a great job of coverage.
Second down and 10. DeMarais going to give it to Hikus. Hikus finds a crease. He's tackled inside the 15-yard line.
Love the vision of Hikus. It was all jammed up there, and he found an opportunity, an opening, and ran to daylight, as you are challenged to do as a running back. Some guys just have that instinct. And at 2,000 yards, that's a lot of running for anybody. Good job by Hikus.
3rd and 6. Now we got whistles. Timeout taken by Nebraska Wesleyan with 12:25 to go first half. And Briarcliff driving down deep into Wesleyan territory. They lead at 3-0 over the Prairie Wolves.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
Second quarter of action. About to get going here as we return here to Able Stadium. Homecoming Day, Hall of Fame Day here.
Very interesting, Jeff. Homecoming on the first home game after 2 games on the road.
Now the first 2 games, they pulled off the upset at number 21 Friends University, and then last week they fell to number 3 Morningside. And now a swing pass far side. DeMarais' pass goes incomplete. I think he was looking for Yologan, who was going out to the far side right. Now they'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit. Max Lawrence had some coverage over there.
Well, he was on him, boy, I'll tell you what.
So now Landeros will attempt the field goal. They'll mark it from the 31 again, or the 21. It'll be a 31-yard attempt again down the middle part of the field. The snap and the hold. The kick is up. Got the distance. That thing looks good. It is good. So Briarcliff takes a 6-0 lead on 2 field goals, both from 31 yards out from Landeros. 6-0 Chargers on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
Back here at Able Stadium. There you see Tom Rethman, the Briar Cliff coach, 8th season of Briar Cliff, 18-62 record. His best season with the Chargers was a 4-7 finish. And they are already up here 6-0 on Nebraska Wesleyan, who comes in here with a 1-1 record today. Briar Cliff entering today's game was 1-2. Now remember, Nebraska Wesleyan hasn't lost to an unranked team here at home in 4 years. 2011 was the last time.
Well, I'll tell you what, in order to avoid it today, that offense is going to have to get on track. Nice job by the defense holding Briar Cliff to 2 field goals.
And here is Arlie Myers. Myers cuts back in around the 20, but he cannot get out of that grasp on the far side.
Yeah, he did most of that on his own. You got to get that wedge back there, get it secure right in the middle of the field, make your decision, and we're going return right, return left. And Myers just got as much as he could. I mean, that's all you can do as a returner.
There you see head coach Brian Keller, 20th season here at Nebraska Wesleyan. Played at this institution.
Good man. He's just a good guy. He's a nice guy.
One of the greatest guys you're going to meet.
Family man, has a son on the team.
Son Crew on the team. Got a younger son, Braley, who plays football at Northeast here in Lincoln. Schneider on the swing pass here on the right side of the 25, scampers up to about the 30-yard line.
Good job by Schneider getting open. Nice throw by Green. That's a long throw, Jeff. That's about a 25-yard throw to the sideline. And what you're hoping from your receiver is that he can make a man miss and get as much as he can north and south. You want to secure the ball because those defenders, those defensive backs are trying to punch it out. Nice play on first down. Now second and manageable, gives you options.
Now there's some movement, nothing yet. And it is Taylor who gets the carry. And enough for a first down as he takes it past the 32 to the 33.
Yeah, you know that the Wesleyan, the way they do their cadence, they put the hand down on the ground right before they snap the ball. You remember the old Dallas Cowboys when they used to do the old up and down before they snap the balls. And it throws Briar Cliff off. You've seen him jump a number of times into the neutral zone, but get back. See if that might cause a problem later in this ball game.
The work from the 33. Shaka Taylor again who gets the carry, and Taylor is tackled around the 34-yard line. And Briar Cliff sending in a couple of defenders that time to make the stop. And it was Andre Reyes. Richard Thorne over there too for Briar Cliff. About a pickup of a yard, 2nd and 9. With under 11 minutes to go here in the first half.
And we may not have been expecting a shootout, but Wesleyan has to pick it up here.
Taylor in motion out of the backfield. Swing pass knocked away.
Well, what a play.
What a play that was.
Big number 94 for Briar Cliff with that big paw.
Wow.
In the passing lane.
Anthony Allen was the guy that made the swat on that pass.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defender. You're engaged with the offensive man. Nevertheless, he stuck his arm out just at the right time. And Wesleyan had a man out in the flat. Could have done some damage if he had gotten the ball, but defender from Briar Cliff would have none of it.
3rd and 9 for the Prairie Wolves. Gun formation. Taylor in motion.
Delay.
And a delay of game against Nebraska Wesleyan. That's the second time that's happened in this game.
Delay game. Offense, number 6, 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
So they'll move it back to the 29.
Yeah, that's another unfortunate. You got to be able to manage that clock, Jeff. You know, it's a tight clock, tight window.
We'll go one receiver far side, 2 over here on the right. Here's Green looking to throw. Pass far side is complete around the 40-yard line to Ryan Larson. John Carter was in on the stop. Still short of the first down. Here comes the punting unit. And the offense, again, just when you think they've started to pick up some momentum, something happens. What we've seen already, a delay of game penalty called. That moves everything back, and then things kind of go south from there.
Yeah, that's the second delay of game penalty. And again, it hurts Nebraska Wesleyan once again.
Gelb in punt formation, and Wright awaiting the return. Nice booming, spiraling punt. That thing goes sailing from the 5 into the end zone. Off the bounce, the 5-yard line, and into the end zone for a touchback. That thing had a lot of hang time and a lot of flight.
Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know what size his foot is, but boy, he really got into that one. Nice driving kick. Wasn't really high, but had nice distance on it, and that means that Briarcliff's going to get the ball on their 25-yard line. So let's see if that Wesleyan defense can hold again. 2 field goals for Briarcliff.
6-0 as you see on the screen. We got about 9:49 left in this first half. And it is Hikus who found a little bit of an opening. So he goes around toward the left side and gets a pickup of about 8 on the play to the 28-yard line.
You know, this guy, not fancy, Jeff, nothing like that. North and south, going to get as much as he can. Not going to juke a whole bunch of guys, but power running, nice speed, good back.
They'll spread it out. DeMarais, far side completion made, and it is Donald Drisdom who makes the catch, but they'll give him forward progress to the 31 before he's forced back down. And they'll move the yard markers upfield to the 31.
Man, there is some hitting going on in this game. Nebraska Wesleyan doesn't lead on the scoreboard, but I tell you what, they lead in defensive hits because they are sticking the Briarcliff Chargers.
Now Briarcliff will send 3 receivers here on the left side. DeMarais pressure's on. They're after him. Throws the ball upfield, and it's going to be caught at the 35-yard line and out of bounds down the far side of the field. Good reception by Donald Drisdom. They're going to say he was out at the 32-yard line. He made that catch around the 35. A nice pickup there for Briarcliff. And we talked about how Wesleyan offensively needs to go to the air and execute and exploit that pass defense. Looks like Briarcliff's kind of doing the reverse. They're doing the same thing to Wesleyan.
Well, give credit to DeMarais for for keeping the play alive and finding his man downfield.
Hikus is bear hugged and taken down on the play. Riley Shoemaker among those in on the tackle for Nebraska Wesleyan, as was Tyler Sorensen. And Max Lawrence over there too.
Tyler Sorensen, a local product from Lincoln Northeast, right around the corner.
And we saw him a few times playing high school football and even basketball for the Rockets. Very good athlete.
Only a sophomore.
Swing pass over here is popped up and into the hands of one of the receivers. How about that for a play?
I don't know if they meant to do that, Jeff, but
that was Jacob Diaz that caught the ball.
Freshman from Winchester, California. You call that right place, right time. If that ball bounds into the hands of a Wesleyan player, he's off to the races. But
and that actually gives them some positive yards to the 30-yard line.
Another stick by Wesleyan on Hikus. He coughs it up in the air, but Diaz, ever present, snags it and just keeps the ball for Briarcliff.
3rd and 8 for the Chargers. DeMarais with a pass. Hikus makes the reception, takes it inside the 20. And they're going to mark him down at about the 17-yard line, and it's a first down.
But we do have laundry.
Yes, we do. Around the 30-yard line.
I wonder if this was a motion penalty. Yeah, even this delay might be helpful for Nebraska Wesleyan. Let's see who they're looking at here. Well, they're pointing that way.
Let's get the official word.
Two flags on the play. The first flag, sideline violation. Nebraska Wesleyan, no yardage, just the first warning. Second flag, personal foul, roughing the passer, number 44, defense. A penalty be enforced from the end of the play, half the distance to the goal, automatic first.
That's Russell Beard, who was penalized for roughing the passer. And now Briarcliff with it at first and goal. And they will spot the football at the 9. Of Nebraska Wesleyan.
Yeah, that's a painful personal foul. Not that any personal foul is a good one.
Out of the pistol, DeMarais rolling right side, looking toward the end zone far side, goes incomplete. And there was a little bit of contact there on the intended target by Riley Shoemaker. And I think Briarcliff might have been looking for maybe some pass interference.
Yeah, I think Wesleyan got away with one there. Ball was close, but he did make contact. They don't call it. That's okay for Wesleyan. You have that H-back out there. Reggie Williams, 6'1", 220, Jeff, in the flat. Ball overthrown. And the Wesleyan defender lays a lick. Shoemaker.
Near side hash mark again here on second and goal. Hikus with the carry, fights his way through traffic and takes it to just inside the 5-yard line.
And he's frustrated with himself. He thought he had an opportunity to bounce that out to the outside and get into the end zone, but did stumble. Again, on that left side over there for Nebraska, for Briarcliff, Kaylee Ewing from Temple, Texas. We talked to them earlier, providing the thoroughfare, the pathway for Hikus on that left side.
Nice young man.
Theology major.
So this will be third and goal. Wesleyan will try to give it a big stop here. Lob toward the far corner goes incomplete. It looked like Williams was the intended target.
Nice coverage again by Shoemaker. Double move there, man cutting inside, and I believe that was Diaz maybe going outside.
That was Diaz, you're right. It was Diaz.
Going to the flag.
And now fourth down.
And you give Wesleyan defense some credit here, and the offense has to pick it up to help these guys out. Tremendous job. Looks like Briarcliff's on their way into the end zone.
Yep. From the 12, a 22-yard attempt from the left hash mark for Landeros. Snap in the hold. Here's the kick. It is good. 6:30 to go. And Landeros has been the offense that's put the points on the scoreboard here for Briarcliff. They lead at 9-0 over the Prairie Wolves on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Well, a good crowd out here this afternoon for this GPAC matchup with Nebraska Wesleyan and Briarcliff. And it is the farewell tour for the Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves in GPAC play. They'll make the switch over to the Iowa Conference next year and become NCAA Division III full-time. So the farewell tour here for football and all the other sports here at Nebraska Wesleyan.
Well, you know, we see it all over every division, teams making conference changes. Wesleyan obviously believing that there's something in that conference that's going to be a benefit to them.
There's Arlie Myers, college football record with 14 kickoff returns last week against Morningside.
That's a record. I don't know if that's what you're excited about. I mean,
Yeah,
that means they scored a lot.
And it ricochets off him. He's going to pick it up from back in the end zone, and he'll take a knee.
Yeah, you don't get the touchback there because the ball, he never had possession in the field of play. So it goes into the end zone. Nice, and that's a smart move on his part. Don't try to run it out. Take the knee, bring it on out to the 25.
Now's the time, if you're Wesleyan, you got 6:30 to work with here before halftime. You need a pick-me-up.
Well, what you don't want to do is give the ball back to Briarcliff.
No.
So if nothing else, just sustain something for the next few minutes. But of course, you want to get the ball in the end zone, no doubt.
Green out of the pistol. Theus will go in motion. Green with a toss over the middle to Larson, who makes the grab, and boy, he had to hold on to that thing for dear life. Almost lost it, but he makes the grab and gets the first down at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Larson. He took a shot by several Briarcliff players and held on. Ryan Snyder from Raymond Central was off to the races down there on this right side, but Green had his eyes set on Larson.
And the handoff to Weedle. Weedle with about a 3-yard pickup to the 40-yard line where he's tackled.
And I'd love to see the tempo rev up right here, Jeff. You know, let's come right back with something. Don't give Briarcliff any time to rest, any time to relax. That's obviously not the style, at least at this point.
And Larson, the receiver, far side. Two others here near side.
Watch Jones in the slot there.
Green, pass Larson around the 44. Going to be forced out of bounds. We'll mark him out to 45. Good little short pass pickup.
And now, once again, 3rd and manageable. Now let's take a look at the clock, Jeff. Make sure that 40-second clock is moving now. Now 25, here we go, 25 second.
3rd and 2. Fullback dive. Theus trying to march his way to get the first down. He's going to be about a yard short at the 46.
Well, that would have been a great opportunity for an option play there. Put it into the belly. The offense wants them to go.
Now
that's not going to happen.
Nope, they're going to send out the punting unit.
Offensive linemen are frustrated. They want to go for it, think they can get it, but it's not to be.
Andrew Gell back in punt formation.
And that's good by Coach Keller. Listen, we're only down 9-0. I mean, why give them the ball, you know, cross midfield in our territory?
Another high booming kick. Takes a bounce at about the 25. They're going to mark it. They'll put it at the 25-yard line. So with 4:18 to play here in this first half, Briarcliff has managed to keep themselves distant from Nebraska Wesleyan by going to the special teams route with those 3 field goals from Landeros. The Briarcliff offense, yeah, they've had some good gains downfield, but again, nothing to where they've been able to finish strong and getting it into the end zone.
Well, you've had a couple of bad penalties as well. Those delay of games really hurt.
Toss over the middle to the tight end on the play. Good reception that time by Justin Stragliti. Justin Stragliotti, actually, as I was trying to mention, good pickup for him. Now for a first down up to the 36. Max Stragliotti is one of the receivers here on the near side.
and he's open.
DeMarais going to run with the football. He's going to take it himself and slide in like he was sliding into second base up to the 45-yard line. Brandon McGill was able to meet up over there with him to make the stop.
Again, nice coverage by the Wesleyan secondary. DeMarais didn't have anything downfield. He had a receiver open. Stragliotti was open for just a moment, but you got to hit that on the quick hit. He doesn't do that. Gets as much as he can, hits the ground, doesn't take on the Prairie Wolf defenders.
Second and about a yard. And it is Hikus who's trying to fight his way through traffic. And he is nowhere to be found, no gain on the play. Tyler Sorensen again and on the stop at the 45.
So let's see what happens here. 3rd and 2. Again, the Wesleyan defense, tremendous job. Only 9-0, folks, as the Wesleyan defense has stalled the Charger offense on several occasions, at least 3 occasions, when they were headed into the end zones, headed for scores.
Hikus with the carry, and Wes Betcher and a few other Prairie Wolves come over. And I don't know if he cleared enough to get the first down. It's close. It's about a half a yard. And Hunter Hand was among. There's a guy that really puts a spark in that defense, and that's Hunter Hand. There you see him on your screen.
And
One of those making that stop.
They need everybody to bring a spark, I'll tell you what.
Oh, they do. Now, Briarcliff's going to go for it.
Now, this is challenging. This may turn the tide of the whole ball game. But once again, Jeff, you want to be disciplined. You want to be careful. Watch the cadence. Motion.
There is motion. And now the flags finally come out.
Boy, number 3 for Briarcliff gave it away.
That was LeVon Wright.
And so he was not disciplined. And now they have to punt. That's a great job by the Wesleyan defense. And LeVon Wright.
Penalty. Still 4th down.
He jumps the gun there. And Wesleyan will get the ball now under 2 minutes.
Watch this again. Right there.
And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. And he knows it as soon as he looks back.
Here's the punt. And Myers going to field it and loses the ball, but I think he got on top of it. And they're going to mark him down around the 17-yard line. So 1:39 remaining before halftime. Wesleyan, if they want to get something on the scoreboard here, obviously one thing or one idea would be to maybe throw the ball, go the outside routes, look in the flats, try to gain yards that way.
Yeah, you just want to be careful because you definitely don't want to give Briarcliff any more momentum going into halftime. They're already excited to be up 9-0. And they would tell you it should be more.
Coming up at halftime, we'll recognize the Hall of Fame inductees as Shoemaker, or make that Schneider, makes the catch. His forward progress takes him to the 21-yard line. He gets about 4 yards on the pickup. So we'll have that at halftime, recognition of the Athletic Hall of Fame inductees.
Now we're going up tempo here.
Second down here. Far side, it's Larson. Pass complete, first down. Let's see where they mark him down. They're going to put him at the 29. And like I mentioned, I think they want to go the outside routes.
Why not? And another great throw by Green. Again, about 25-yard pass to the sideline. He steps right into it. Nice velocity, if you will.
What do we got here? An official's timeout.
1:14 clock.
We'll put 1:14 back on the clock.
See if those precious seconds make a difference for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Here's Green out of the gun. And an open man, that is Schneider, who gets the reception. Let's see where they put him down at, though. They're going to say a first down. He got to the 40-yard line.
Nice curl route and nice hands catch by Schneider.
Quickly setting up. Green. He'll look downfield again. He's got Schneider, and it goes incomplete. A little far out in front of him. Schneider is about a half a step behind the throw.
I like what Green did there. He threw it. He did put some air under it. If his man wasn't going to catch it, nobody was. And so that's a tremendous job. Instead of throwing it short, throw it long, see if your man can run under it. Wesleyan, about a minute here now.
2nd and 10. Over the middle. Pass is dropped, incomplete.
Got to catch it. Got to catch it first before you can take off running.
Mitch Pankos was the intended target.
Yeah, he's going to be frustrated with himself coming off the field.
That was tough.
Yeah, he was ready to run, as we see so often, Jeff. Ready to run first. Got to secure it, then get upfield.
Big 3rd down. Pressure's on. Pass is going to be complete. And it's Bryce Darner, sophomore out of Millard West, who makes the catch. And it's right at the 50 and enough for a 1st down. So now with 54 seconds.
No, they got a 4th down.
Ooh, it's close.
Wow.
Now they're going to. It is a 1st down. The head referee said yes, it is a 1st down.
Nebraska Wesleyan.
So it is a 1st down.
So the ref said move the chain.
From the 50.
Like the drive here.
Green in the pocket. Tosses it to Weedle at the 45, who dodges tackles and dives ahead to the 40. And it looks like they're going to say he is just short of getting the 1st down at the 41, a 9-yard pickup.
And Briarcliff does help him by tackling him forward.
Timeout on the field. The Prairie Wolves will burn a timeout with 43 seconds to go before the end of the half. It is Briarcliff 9 and Nebraska Wesleyan nothing on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
My first exposure to agriculture was my grandpa's farm. I just had a passion for it from the beginning.
Hard work wasn't just talked about when we were growing up, it was done. The animals had to be taken care of. There's a pride in being able to say, those are our livestock.
We know we're young, but Union Bank has given us a chance. We want to leave our son the legacy of family working together and working hard.
Anything can be a lot of work, but when you find a passion, it's not near as hard.
44 seconds, they put some time back on. 44 seconds left here in this 2nd quarter. Nebraska Wesleyan, 2nd and a yard to go at the 41. Here is Green again out of the gun. Looking to throw. Down the middle of the field, and it goes incomplete. Schneider the intended target that time. Coverage from E.J. Olszewski. And so this will be a 3rd and 1 again.
Garrett McCarthy lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come off the field. And his sub, Kyle Kunkel, has to come into the game. See what happens here.
So Kunsel will come in. 255-pound sophomore.
And that's the rule, folks. When you lose your
Coming off in the last minute requires a 10-second runoff. Please set the clock at 38.4 seconds.
Well, that was already established. Well, it says 38.4 on the clock.
That's what it says.
Now, there is some movement, and I haven't snapped the ball yet.
Yeah, the referee wasn't even ready.
28.4 seconds, 28.4.
Well, he said 38.4. I hope you heard the same thing I heard.
I thought I heard 38.4 too.
Yeah, he said 38.
There's 28 now.
Okay, he's frustrated with the clock, but he said the wrong thing, so.
Well, I think we got everything squared away.
And the Wesleyan was running a play, so.
3rd and a yard. Green looking to throw. Far side, diving catch, no, incomplete. Larson, the intended target, around the 30-yard line, 4th down.
Okay, I'd go for it here, no doubt.
You got to. You got to get to the 40. You're at the 41. You got 23 seconds to work with on the game clock.
And Green has to be ready. He has to be ready to run for that yard. Let that rush come. Maybe a little delay. There it is.
It's a draw play. Green gets the first down, and he is tackled around the 36.
Yeah, that's the play you got to be able to make. Quarterback, you can big and strong. You can run, get that first down.
Now, if anything, get close enough to try to where you can get a field goal set up, maybe.
Yeah, wind is not a factor. The flag is limp there, so you just
Third charge, timeout.
Trust
first
your kicker can get it done.
So Wesleyan will burn another timeout with 19 seconds to go here before the end of the half. 9-0 Chargers.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
There you see Old Glory. A light breeze, if any at all, today here at Able Stadium.
Have you ever heard me do the national anthem at any of the sporting events?
I have.
Oh, you have? Oh, you've been there? Okay.
Yeah, I've heard.
Okay, that was a pass to Weedle that we missed. Sorry about that.
Second down here was an incomplete pass to Weedle. Clock down to 16 seconds here in this first half.
Now you want to keep that last timeout so you can at least get a field goal attempt here.
Green looking to throw and nowhere to throw to, or no one to throw to downfield. It goes incomplete. We're down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, Richard Thorne all the way from San Diego, California, Jeff, for Briar. And they have such a diverse roster. You look down this roster, you see California, Oregon, Wisconsin,
Texas,
Oklahoma, Texas. I mean, they have guys from everywhere. And a lot of guys from California, Diamond Bar.
Green, pump fake. And it's intercepted.
Let's see if he was in bounds.
Yes, he was in bounds.
Wow.
E.J. Olszewski made the interception, and 5 seconds here, and the Chargers will probably maybe just take a knee and let it run out and head to the locker room. And a little bit of frustration if you're Nebraska Wesleyan offensively. You can't get anything accomplished. You put something together, everything looks promising, and then something goes awry, and likely some things that they'll talk about and trying to adjust during the break. And that's what Briarcliff does. Takes a knee, time will run out. We're at the half here at Able Stadium. It's Hall of Fame and homecoming here at Nebraska Wesleyan. We'll show you the new Hall of Fame inductees and plenty more coming up. 9-0 Chargers over the Prairie Wolves on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and I wanted to share a hot tip about keeping warm in the wintertime. Instead of turning up your thermostat, turn on a portable space heater. After all, why heat your whole house when you only want the room you're in to be warm and toasty? Oh, that's too toasty. Don't touch that, Gracie. For more energy-saving tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We'll see you next time.
My first exposure to agriculture was my grandpa's farm. I just had a passion for it from the beginning.
The hard work wasn't just talked about when we were growing up, it was done. The animals had to be taken care of. There's a pride in being able to say, those are our livestock.
We know we're young, but Union Bank has given us a chance. We want to leave our son a legacy, a family working together and working hard.
Anything can be a lot of work, but when you find a passion, it's not near as hard.
Lincoln Electric System is proud to serve the Lincoln area. We can't imagine a better community to work for, so we owe it to our customers and team members to be something even better. That's why we're striving to be the world's best energy company. The kind of people who work for us are the kind of people who will get us there. Reliable people who believe in safety, integrity, and most of all, serving their neighbors. And at LES, the professionals who work here stay here. The reasons are many. You'll get the technology and training you need to succeed and advance. Benefits that allow you to take care of your family's needs and goals. You'll do important work to help create a sustainable energy future for us all. If you are starting your professional journey with LES, you will gain experience in our wide-ranging internship programs. At the end of the day, people stay here, we believe, for a very simple reason. LES is a great place to work, to build a career, and to do something that matters. It's all because we are local people serving local people.
You should pick Wesleyan because
It's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
This is the new amazing. This is the life we dreamed of. This is me and you.
Introducing UBT Go, digital banking from UBT. Send money with a click, deposit checks from your phone, and more. We're constantly adding new capabilities so that wherever you go, your money will be right there with you. Visit ubt.com/go. Union Bank, you belong here.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Eh? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Back here at Able Stadium, it is Hall of Fame and homecoming weekend, and now we turn our attention to the Hall of Fame inductees, and we bring you now our public address announcer, Loy Watley.
Lee is the most successful kicker in Nebraska Wesleyan football history, holding school records for career field goals, career PATs, and career scoring. He made a 56-yard field goal, the longest in school history, in the Plainsman's only NAIA playoff victory at Chadron State. He was also an All-American in track, competing in the decathlon. Congratulations, Lee Jamison. Next is Ryan Daniels, class of '94, a 9-time All-American. Ryan was one of the most dominant hurdlers in Wesleyan track history. He earned 3 All-American honors in the 110 hurdles and 3 more in the indoor 60 hurdles. A NIAC champion in the hurdles, he left Nebraska Wesleyan with the school record in the 110 hurdles and still ranks second today. Congratulations, Ryan Daniels. Next is Tracy Nichols, 94. Tracy helped the became the Nebraska NCAA Woman of the Year in 1994. Helping the Nebraska Wesleyan's women's golf team to back-to-back NAIA championship appearances. She won the District 11 championship, placed 5th at the NIAC championships, and was 26th overall at the national championships as a senior. Congratulations, Tracy Nichols. Next is Kristen Wakely-Holzer, class of 1995. Kristen left Nebraska Wesleyan Volleyball as the school record holder for career assists and career service aces. She still ranks second today in assists and third in service aces. Kristen earned all NIAC honorable mention and all district recognition. Congratulations, Kristen Wakely-Holzer. Our next inductee is Mike Einspar, class of 1995. Mike was the first team NAIA All-American on the defensive line in 1994 and was the Nebraska State Defensive Player of the Year. He set the school record for quarterbacks in sacks in 1 year. Unfortunately, Mike is unable to be here today as he's coaching football in Florida, but congratulations go out to Mike Einspar. Next up is Chad Ideas, class of 1998. Chad was an honorable mention All-American in 1997, leading the Plainsmen to the NCAA Division III National Championship game. He was a two-time All-NIAC selection in his 2 seasons at Nebraska Wesleyan. Congratulations, Chad Ideas. Next is our Spirit of the Plainsman Award recipient, Dave Schultz. Dave Schultz was the first certified athletic trainer to work at Nebraska Wesleyan from 1988 to 1996. He spent countless hours helping athletes rehab to return to the playing field as soon as possible. Dave also implemented student athletic trainers and trained multiple students who went on to become successful in their field. Thank you, Dave Schultz. Congratulations to all of our Hall of Fame inductees. Finally, let's recognize our 2015 homecoming court.
And there you have the Hall of Fame inductees being recognized today here at Able Stadium. It is homecoming as well. We're at halftime. It's Briar Cliff 9, Nebraska Wesleyan nothing on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Yeah? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
Welcome back to Able Stadium here on the campus of Nebraska Wesleyan. Jeff Moats here with Dr. Fred Oles, the Nebraska Wesleyan University president here at halftime. And Dr. Oles, thank you so much for coming on today with us.
Glad to be with you, Jeff. You know, you and I have been doing this for quite a while. I remember you were a young man when we started.
I know. I'm getting up there in age. But, you know, there's a lot of fun things happening this weekend here on campus with homecoming. Let's talk about that. How are you celebrating it?
That's right, Jeff. We've had a lot of activities, as we've seen on the broadcast today. And I want to point especially to our Athletic Hall of Fame induction, which we had this morning. 6 new members, great student athletes, men and women from various generations. That was a lot of fun, and the whole program is a lot of fun for us.
And it's not just that that's happening this weekend. We got some dedications that are happening too. Is that correct?
That's right. Joyce Michaelis was a longtime professor of Spanish for us, and we have dedicated the Joyce Michaelis Global Engagement Office, which is in our Story Student Center. And then Pioneer Hall, one of our residences, first built in 1956, has now been rebuilt. Over the past 3 years, we've rebuilt 2 residence halls at a cost of $4 million with a lot of technology and elevators and entirely refurbished rooms. And then I want to mention the Phyllis Shard Blanke Costume Library at Nebraska Wesleyan. Phyllis Blanke led that program with costumes for more than 30 years. There were already 10,000 costumes when she started, but when she retired, we had 40,000 items in our costume library. So we got a lot of new things going on, 3 dedications, very exciting.
As always a fun start to the fall season here at Nebraska Wesleyan, especially with homecoming here today, a gorgeous day for all the fun.
Thanks, yeah, great time for us all. Thanks, Jeff.
All righty, that's Dr. Fred Oles, Nebraska Wesleyan University president. We'll be back to Able Stadium with more in just a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.